Lys Hansen was born in Denmark and now lives in Scotland. She lives at Blairlogie near Stirling. Lys has an international reputation as a painter and has worked on many collections in the United Kingdom and overseas. From the permanent collection in the Smith Art Gallery and Museum, Lys has selected her own personal choice of paintings, leading up to the exhibition Bright Light and Sombre Shadows. In connection with their art and design course, pupils from two local schools, St Mordun's High School and Stirling High School, met Lys at the gallery to discuss some of the paintings she has chosen. We'll follow the girls as they take notes, make sketches and study the works on their own and as a group with Lys.
Hello, you must be the students I'm expected. I'm Lys Hansen. You are? Hello, Emma. Anne-Marie. Hi, Jane. Well, it's great of you to spare the time to come along and have a look at the exhibition that's on view at the moment, which I've selected. But before we look at the paintings, the museum staff would like to show you how the paintings and where the paintings are stored. So if you just come this way, I think someone's waiting to meet you.
This is where we keep all our paintings. We've got over 20 racks here, and on each rack there's approximately 20 paintings, so there's over 400 oil paintings on these racks. And the racks are very valuable because they stop damage to the frames themselves, which are extremely expensive to repair, and they also stop damage to the canvases because we don't have to handle the paintings, we don't have to move them. We can see them without doing anything to them at all, so we don't actually have to touch the paintings, which is extremely valuable thing to be able to do. Anything you want to know about this rack before they go into the next one?
I tend to like this one here of the town scene.
Well, that's by a local artist called Hogg. It's of the Lady of Enel between Spittle Street and Baker Street. I think it was painted about 1920. So we do collect work by local artists. So you will see there's quite a lot of local artists represented in the collections.
Would you ever put anything on sale?
No, we would never put these on sale. We don't collect them for sale value. We collect them as heritage objects for the local people to enjoy. So selling a painting would just simply take it away from the local people and send it somewhere else. And that's, we tend not to, we just don't like doing that.
Have all these paintings been donated by people from themselves?
Yes, virtually all. We've actually bought one or two paintings. We will buy paintings if we feel they're of really very good local importance. And they did buy a few paintings in the past, but not very many because they didn't have much money in the past. So most of them, the vast majority, have been donated over the years.
Well, was it exciting?
Yes. Never knew they were stored there.
Yes, what did you think of the storage system?
It's quite effective actually. You can see them hanging out without damaging them. Is that not one of your own paintings?
Yes, this is a poster, of a recent work, an exhibition I had in Edinburgh, and it shows some of the work I did in Berlin when I was there. And this piece is called See Alice, meaning see all, but it brings together an idea I was working on where the mouth is covered, the head and eye is covered, and the ear, But let's have a look at the other side, and I can explain a little more. I hope they don't mind us taking it off the wall. There we go. Yes, it's part of a piece from the Berlin trilogy. As you can see, it was based on the morality of the three monkeys about saying no evil, hearing no evil, and seeing no evil. Except in Berlin, I felt there was an enormous amount of suppression of free speech, of course, but then there is suppression of speech always in life where we can't say things that we would like to say. And we hear everything, but sometimes we can't do very much. And also, we can see, and I think that's the artist's function, is really to see all and record. So there we are. Anyway, shall we go into the gallery and have a look at some of these wonderful paintings? Let's have a look at this wonderful Poisson painting called The Breton Scene. Anne-Marie, I believe it's a favourite of yours in the collection.
I actually find it very striking. I think it's so spacious. It sort of invites you, draws you in. I think it's because, like, the sea and the sky in the background.
Yes, it's very large in scale, isn't
Yes.
it? And we feel very much a part of the painting.
I think the key points are the brightness of his lights. You can see it on the hat and the apron.
Yes, it's wonderful the way the apron sort of gathers round the body, isn't it?
And also, like, the detail in the basket which the woman is holding.
Yes, there's tremendous sort of quality of paint work in around the basket and the quality of the actual textures. What about the use of the fence?
It's very simple, leading us back into the distance.
Yes, it helps. It helps to balance the horizontal qualities of the
Yes.
horizon and the linear development here of the sea, in actual fact. How do you find the colour, Emma?
It's very well balanced. I mean, as soon as you see the white hat, it draws you towards the hat, and then you start to follow down and follow back into the sea. And every time you follow it, you take a different path, and you find something else that's more interesting. Every time.
Yes, it's a painting which keeps revealing itself, you know, and it functions so very well from a distance and, you know, close up to it. Shall we move on and have a look at some of the other works? Emma, you like the sea paintings over here. Perhaps you'd like to comment on them.
Well, they're both sea scenes, I've just said, but they're both totally different. As this one, the SS Miller, is more focusing on the boat than anything else, and this one here is an imaginative storm by Hansen. He's probably got more of the seawater better than this one because he's actually feeling more of the sea and the sky, and the town in the background gives it the Dutch feeling, as there's no hills like in Scotland because Holland's a very flat country. And this one here, he's got so good detail in the boat, and similar to this one, the boats are focused on very well, and the weather's both similar.
Yes, there's a tremendous detail actually in both aspects of the boat, but the whole feeling's entirely different. Of course, there's a tremendous difference in the dates. The Dutch one by Hansen is, of course, 17th century, and the SS America is 19th century, so there's quite a sort of change in the emphasis of detail. The Dutch, of course, were very specialized in their approach to art, and Hansen would be particularly good at sea and clouds. Anne-Marie, would you like to comment about some aspect of the painting?
Well, the sea has a lot of movement in it, whereas in that sea hasn't spent quite so much time, so you don't get the same feeling.
No, the artist's not so interested in the quality of the water.
I think Hansen has put in a lot more detail overall because his sky, he's cleverly done it so that the sky seems very fierce and rough, as if it's kind of overcoming the whole sea. And then there's this, just above the town, lovely cam area of blue.
Tremendous. Anyway, I think you ought to go and have a look. Go and have a look on your own at some of the works.
Doesn't really jump out at all. It doesn't really capture attention when you look at it.
Colours are kind of awful bland, you know. I mean, there are bright bits of colour here and there, but because they're only in splashes, yeah, you don't really notice it.
The models used to emphasise the coat.
Yeah, not really the person, because it's not like a portrait. It doesn't really show anything about the woman. It's mainly about the coat.
The coat's very heavy. The
Yeah.
colours are very heavy, and it makes it look as though she's weighing down at all and she can't move.
I think what he's really trying to do is capture the sort of oriental feeling.
Yeah, there's a small Japanese print up in the corner, and the vase looks a bit oriental as well. It's because it's all bright.
And the back part as well, with the splashes of green.
Yeah.
Well, girls, I'm enjoying looking at the manor. Yes.
Well,
Yes, well, you're waxing very lyrically about it. It's got a lot to say. I think it's got some really nice qualities, you know.
Why did you actually choose this one for?
Well, because it represented women, and I was keen to represent women in many ways within the exhibition itself. And we see her, you know, as the artist's muse, and in a state of sort of leisure, you know. But it's not about portraiture so much, but it's about the whole, you know, feeling of the coat and
She's not
the bars.
active or anything, she just stands
No,
still.
it's very passive, and that's a very good point.
In actual fact, you know, the painting is not about a portrait or, you know, looking at the features of the woman, but it's about the whole concept of the coat, and certainly the model as muse. Anyway, I think we should go and look at the next painting.
What about this one?
Yeah, I really liked this painting. It's by De Jong, and it's called The Convalescent. And as you can see, it's a very beautiful picture. It's very rich in colour, and the rich brocade of the material is a sort of frame for the painting. And there's
so much detail in it.
I really like the detail on the upholstery of the chair and on the woman's shawl.
It's very fine, and it's almost like transparent.
What do you think of the colours in it?
There's a sort of very luscious colour in the carpet. It's very...
And then the shading, it kind of forms two triangles opposite each other, which is quite clever. And the skin is almost luminous.
There's a very stark contrast between the woman's day dress, the blue of the woman's day dress, and the white of the woman lying in the bed. It's very innocent.
Yeah.
But it's also a very sad picture because you don't know what it's actually about.
It's an
really
intimate
sad.
scene, I would say.
With
It's-
the hands.
It's very sort of, as you can tell, it's sort of upper class, very sort of,
Yeah, totally different from the Breton.
the dress sense is very upper class.
And it's not blurred at all like any of the other pictures. It's
very
precise.
clear.
It's like a photograph.
Yeah, it's got a very rich
So
quality.
accurate with the folds of the silk and things.
Yes, do that. It's by McGregor.
Yeah, I really like this one. It's very open. You know, it almost invites you in, like the Breton scene.
I always think drawing is at the absolute core to an art training, and Harding was an English artist actually over 100 years ago, and was very, very well famed for being a fine teacher.
Banksy's built up a nice, thick and pastel of colour. It's really quite effective.
How do you think she painted that?
We hope that this video has shown how the girls have gained an insight into the ways Lys, a practicing artist, thinks both about her own work and that of other painters. They have discussed works in the exhibition with Lys and with each other while exchanging ideas. They have come to a better understanding of the context within which the paintings were produced and what the artist's own intentions were, both historically and socially. In addition, they have managed individually to identify works which appealed to them and which did not, and most importantly, have discussed their own opinions and ideas with each other.
Well, I'd like to thank you for a very interesting trip.
Well, thank you for all your comments and for really looking at the paintings and talking about them. And I hope you'll come back, bring your friends, and I bet you won't forget these paintings in a hurry.
No.
Okay, goodbye.
We are sure the girls will be back.